Coming up, it's a Titans and Colts rematch, with Tennessee getting the win back in Week 3. Indy looks to split the series for the third straight year, as we get ready for an AFC South slugfest. Next.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time. And the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 91 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find.
And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny when we talked to him. All he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week: 15 carries, 61 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now Tannehill. He completes it to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's got Burton here. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important. And especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish. But you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action, it's Tannehill. Going for Burton, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Man open, here is Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry for Henry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Bell. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
McCann's kick up and good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Rodgers on the return. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And fights him off. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. On second down, here's Henry.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wentz going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox as tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Now Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. offense on third down tonight? They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jayon Brown leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're at a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. He's got a man, it's his fullback. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Quiddy Pay who made the stop coming off the edge. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it. And it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Second and 11 now.
Wentz now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
56 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They'll run here with Taylor.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Taylor diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And is that Jones, the one slow to get up? Yes, Julio's still down right now. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Here's Tannehill. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell.
Darius Leonard, the all-pro, in on the tackle. 6 yards left on second down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. A screen to Bell. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Tannehill on first down.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To the air again, Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before.
And I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our players' spotlight. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he made by dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser.
And able to use a stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Henry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
To throw is Tannehill.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
On first down, Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll run it again with Henry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Tannehill. And he's got it. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And you'd think on 3rd down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Let's go.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill.
Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
First down and much more for Henry. And down to the 27-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it. And that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Tannehill. And that's off the mark, incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tannehill. Complete. It's Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Tannehill. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Henry again. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
McCann for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a give to Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wentz. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down, Wentz finds a seam inside the 40 and down right around the 37.
Do what you do.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 2nd down and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. Campbell making the catch. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Now Wentz again. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. A good throw here, finding Pascal. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Titans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Tannehill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Wentz on third down. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do.
And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Four yards remain for second down.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Tannehill hooking up with Reynolds for a Titan first.
first down carry for Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Open man is Samuel, complete.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Got a man, it's Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Indianapolis offense ready to go. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
McCann's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz
out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Now Wentz. Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Bud Dupree was a first-round draft pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers and really blossoming his last few years there, teaming with T.J. Watt to create quite the duo. Dupree had 8 sacks in 2020 before hurting his knee in Week 12, 11.5 in 2019, and signed with Tennessee for 5 years and better than $82 million.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now Wentz, got to have this one. Pass complete to Allie Cox. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Yeah, baby.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Tannehill now running the option to the right side. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.